One of the most fundamental things in singing is understanding the difference between chest voice and head voice. When I first started out with singing, with taking voice lessons, I had no idea what the head voice was and that it even existed. So I couldn't sing as high as everyone else around me, and it was really, really frustrating. And in my very, very first voice lesson, my teacher explained to me that the head voice exists and how it works and how I can access it. And within just that first lesson, my range expanded by almost an octave, which is insane. And I'm going to show you what the difference is between the chest voice and the head voice and how you can achieve exactly the same. Hey there, my name is Lara Chapman and I'm the founder of VoxTape Studios. Today I'm going to show you the difference between chest voice and head voice, how you can access and practice the two to get stronger in both of these registers. Before we get started, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and click the subscribe button below so you won't miss out on any future awesome singing videos. All right, let's get started. Now, you might have heard me say register, right? Both of these registers, and you might not be sure what that means. So I'm going to explain to you what a register is. A register is a continuous group of notes that have a specific kind of tone to them, right? So when I'm down here, it sounds different than when I'm up here. Right up here, my tone is different, right? Did you hear that? So I just demonstrated to you the chest voice first and then the head voice. That means that the chest voice and the head voice are two different registers. We actually have 5 registers inside of our throats. Depending on who you talk to, that number will change, okay? But with me, we have 5 registers. You have the vocal fry, the chest voice, the mixed voice, the head voice, and your whistle voice. So your chest voice and your head voice are your 2 most important registers. Let's try one more thing before we get started. Do this. Ah. Did you hear that? Did you hear that crack? That is where I switched from chest voice to head voice. Ah. Right there. So when you switch rapidly from chest voice to head voice, you have that crack. Now, why don't some singers crack then? Right? Most singers that we listen to on the radio or, streaming platforms these days, they don't crack, right? And that is because of the mixed voice, the 3rd register, in between the chest voice and the head voice. Okay, so the mixed voice is just a mix of the two to help us avoid the crack. So if you are cracking all over the place when you're practicing chest voice and head voice, don't worry about it. That is totally normal. Let's look at the chest voice first. Your chest voice is your speaking voice, right? So you use it every single day, which means your chest voice is usually your most dominant register of the 5. So singing in chest voice comes much more natural to most people, okay? Your chest voice, if you are singing or speaking in your chest voice, if you put your hands on your chest right here, you feel some light vibrations happening. That's where the name comes from, chest voice. It's because you can feel vibrations in your chest. Okay, so your chest voice is usually lower in pitch, meaning you sing lower notes. It is warmer, rounder, and fuller, and usually stronger and connected. Connected is the opposite of breathy, right? Breathy is this, and connected is this. Okay, so actually let's try this. Let's try this together. Say the phrase, I am learning about the chest voice. I am learning about the chest voice. Just in your regular speaking voice. And now try exactly the same thing, but add breathiness to your sound. I'm learning about the chest voice. Hear how that changed my tone completely? That is because I am no longer in chest voice, right? I'm learning about the chest voice. That is my head voice up here. Actually, a breathy head voice is called falsetto, depending on who you talk to. But with me, it's falsetto. But when you add breathiness, I'm learning about the chest voice, you automatically switch up and you're no longer in chest voice. Okay, so that's why usually the chest voice is connected, a connected sound, and not breathy. Okay, doesn't mean you can't sing breathy in your chest voice. You can, but usually when it's breathy, it goes up into the head voice or actually falsetto. The muscles that are being used to produce a chest voice sound are mostly the thyroarytenoid muscles. The thyroarytenoid muscles, or also called the TA muscles, help you to shorten your vocal cords and make them thicker. This makes your chest voice the strong register, because the thicker the vocal cords are, the stronger your voice sounds. Okay, and the warmer and fuller and rounder your voice also sounds. Then your head voice is basically the opposite of what your chest voice is, right? It is higher in pitch. The sound is not as round and warm and full. It's much more flat. Not flat in pitch, but the tone is more flat and softer as well, not as strong. And your head voice is actually considered the flexible register. So your chest voice is strong and your head voice is flexible. Especially once you get really comfortable in your head voice, you will see how singing runs and riffs is so much easier to do in your head voice than it is in your chest voice, because it is the flexible register, right? So in your head voice, the CT muscles, the cricothyroid muscles, are more dominant, and they make your vocal cords longer and thinner, right? So it helps you sing higher notes, but they're not going to be as strong and round and powerful. You can put your hand on top of your head up here and feel if you feel any vibrations happening when you sing in head voice. But most people don't, okay? This is where the name comes from, but most people don't actually feel any vibrations. I don't, so don't worry about it, okay? But that's where the name comes from, by just feeling the vibrations up in your head. Now here's what you can do if you struggle getting into your head voice and finding it in the first place. Try to imitate an owl or a siren, right? Something like woo, 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 or woo, woo, woo. That is your head voice up there. Super easy, right? Or when you talk to a baby, for example, yo, you're so cute. Oh my goodness, right? That is also your head voice. I like to call the head voice the lullaby voice, because when you sing a lullaby, you automatically sing it in head voice. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Not twinkle, twinkle, little star. That baby will never fall asleep, right? So I like to call the head voice also the lullaby voice. All right, now that you understand the difference between the chest voice and the head voice, I want to give you 2 exercises, one each, that you can practice so you can strengthen these registers and, find them in the first place and get more comfortable in them as well. All right, first, let's look at the chest voice. So the exercise you're going to do is this. Hey, 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 and so on, okay? You keep going down and then eventually you come back up. So all you're gonna do is yell hey first and then sing hey. Hey, on a 5-tone scale. Really use the H of hey, right? That engages your core. Yes, you have to use breath support even in your chest voice, okay? Not only in the higher head voice notes or mixed voice notes, but also in the chest voice, okay? So this exercise will help you find your chest voice, be more comfortable in it, find lower notes, extend your range down, as well as strengthen your chest voice. Okay, so really use that H and make sure the energy in the yelled hey and the sung hey is the same. And not just hey, hey. That's not going to do you any good, right? You want to have the same energy for both heys. Okay, and then the head voice exercise that you can do goes like this. And so on, okay? So go back to the the owl, right? Ooh, 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 right here, right? It's exactly the same. The soft palate is lifted in the back of your mouth. The soft palate, if you feel with your tongue, if you go back with your tongue alongside your hard palate, the roof of your mouth, eventually it gets soft. That is your soft palate. When you sing in head voice, you want to lift that soft palate to create more space in your mouth. The higher notes you sing, the more space you will need. Okay, so you're not pushing from your throat, because we don't want to do that, because that doesn't feel good. Okay, so lift that soft palate in the back. Now, if you don't know how to do that, all you have to do is yawn. That lifts your soft palate right back here. Ooh. ooh. It happens automatically when you imitate an owl. Try to keep that ooh shape as best as possible and not something sloppy like ooh, because then you won't get into the head voice as easily. Really go ooh right here, like an owl. All right, that is it. I hope this video helped you understand the difference between the chest voice and the head voice. And try these exercises and let me know how it goes down in the comments below.